Just over a year ago, I bought this charming little death trap in the middle of nowhere France for €15,000, which quickly turned to 19,000 with fees and taxes. Oh joy. Since then, I've been happily throwing money into this bottomless pit of despair disguised as a house in hopes it will one day feel more like a cottage and less like a crack den. So stick around as I reveal the true cost of this renovation, how much money per day I need to sustain this investment, and whether I'm set to become the next Bill Gates.
I'd have 1.3 billion.
Or the next Ian Bill.
I've got nothing left.
Let's find out together. Now, I've broken down the spending so far into 6 different categories: smalls, joists, the floor, studwork plus insulation, the electrics, and last but not least, the plaster boards. On the subject of electrics, in order to make my Sparky's life easier, I actually order the cables and stuff that he needs online so that it's at the house ready for him when he turns up. Just works out really well. However, I've come unstuck because where I buy the stuff, they've blocked my IP address because I am abroad. That's where today's sponsor comes in and saves the day. It's Surfshark VPN. Surfshark is my go-to tool for online privacy and freedom. With Surfshark, your data is encrypted, your location hidden, and you can browse safely on any network, whether you're at home or on public Wi-Fi. It also lets you unblock tons of geo-restricted features, like in my case, but also if you want to watch exclusive content on streaming services like Netflix that's only available in certain countries, well, Surfshark lets you do that seamlessly. And the best part, you can use it on unlimited devices with just one account. So you can protect your phone, your tablet, your laptop, or any other device that you may have laying around. So if you're like me and you use public Wi-Fi when you're out and about, well, Surfshark is made for you. Oh, by the way, you can get an extra 4 months when you sign up using code LifeOfRyan. The link is surfshark.com/lifeofryan. It's in the video description, or you can simply scan that QR code right there, which will take you to that special deal. Thank you so much, Surfshark, for sponsoring the video, supporting the renovation. Much love to you. Back to the video. Now, some of this material hasn't even featured on the channel yet, but it has been bought and paid for, so I can bring you the exact amount that I've spent. Let's get started, shall we? First category, smalls. Now, smalls can be anything from screws, joist hangers, the stud work, rail clip thingies as well, the odd bag of cement, and all that fun stuff mixed in together. And in the category of smalls, I've spent a whopping €222 and 2 centimes. Now, so far so good. That's not too much money. Let's move on to the next category, and that is joists. Now, with the joists, I didn't expect to have to spend so much money when I bought this house. I knew one room on the 2nd floor would need the floor replacing, but I didn't know just how bad it was. I was expecting it to be a couple of joists. In reality, we replaced most of them. But not all. The ones that could be saved were saved. I spent in total €1,151 and 91 centimes on joists. What can I say? Wood was hella expensive at the time, and that is not a nice number to have spent. Anyway, category number 3 is the floor. Now, the floor, what I'm talking about is the OSB boards that we used throughout the entirety of the 2nd floor and on the 1st floor living room. We spent a whopping €507 and 80 centimes on OSB boards. Not much to say there, but in the next few categories, that's when it starts to get really interesting and when it starts to ramp up. So moving on to category number 4, studwork plus insulation. Now, I've combined these two because it's essentially the framework and the internals of the wall. You know, you've got the metal frame, and then inside that metal frame, you've got all of the insulation. So I thought I'd just combine them for simplicity's sake. And here's the big one. We've spent a whopping €4,841 and 17 centimes. And when I say we, I mean me, myself, and I. Whew, that's a lot of money. What can I say? It's to improve the house, it's to make it better, make it warm in the winter time, retain the heat. So it was a very necessary expenditure. But that is pretty much it for the stud work plus insulation, unless we do decide to eventually stud out the attic space. Then we'll have to spend a little bit more on stud work and insulation, but it won't be too much. So there you go. Next category, electrics. Now for the electrics, I'm using a professional electrician, and this is where I have one of the only labour costs involved in the renovation so far. I'm incredibly lucky to have some amazing friends help me out. But of course, you got to get a professional electrician. I don't want anyone who's not professional to mess with the electrics in the house. It's a huge liability. And so I got the best Sparky in rural France on the case. His name's Duncan. Known him for years, great guy. And so far, with some labour and some materials, we have spent €912 and 90 centimes. Now that's not too bad, because that is for the wiring of the second and first floor respectively. So there's still plenty to do, don't get me wrong. That number is going to go up in the future, but we're off to a pretty good start. And last but not least, the plaster boards. Now, talking about the plaster boards, this is something, of course, you haven't seen on the channel yet, but you'll be seeing it very soon. And the amount spent is €1,116 and 97 centimes for the actual boards. But there is a €75 delivery fee for the delivery, of course, hence delivery fee. And an extra €120 for the crane, the special lorry with a crane on the back, so the plasterboard can go straight through the windows of the first and second floor, saving a huge amount of time and energy with regards to labour. And I don't even think they'd fit up the stairs. So that was a necessary expenditure. So the total spend on the plasterboard, including delivery and the crane, is €1,311 and 97 centimes. Yeah, it's a lot. And that brings the total spend in the house so far to €8,947 and 77 centimes. Now, you might be thinking, hey Ryan, that is not too bad so far, but wait, there's more. The total with the house purchase is €27,947 and 77 centimes, because the house was about 19,000 with fees. In the last 10 weeks, we've spent €7,066 and 4 centimes out of that 8,947. So the vast majority of money has been spent in the last 10 weeks, which is €706 and 60 centimes per week on average. But wait, there's more. The house is a personal purchase, which means I own the house. So I need to add a certain amount of money on top to factor in income tax, which totals, instead of it being €706 and 60 centimes per week, I need to earn in income €1,009 per week, roughly. Broken down, that's €4,036 per month in income that I need to earn, or €134 per day. That's how much money I need to earn per day in order to sustain the current rate of renovation in materials alone. Now, you might be thinking, Ryan, we haven't seen that much materials go in the house. Well, put it this way. For the next month or month and a half, all the materials that you will see being used has already been paid for. So my goal with this YouTube channel, of course, is to try and recoup as much of that cost as possible by making these videos. And thanks to my incredible viewers, that's you, hopefully we will get there in the end. And of course, awesome sponsors as well. We're surviving, soon to be thriving, fingers crossed. So, now my opinion after seeing these numbers broken down, well, the bulk of the expenditure has been in the last 10 weeks. And what that means is the renovation is moving in the right direction. And as long as I can keep making videos, I can try to sustain the rate at which we are renovating. And all the videos that you're going to see have already been paid for in a way with the materials. So I just need to recoup my cost via these videos, of course. And that's what it's all about, you know. So thank you so much to everyone who watches these videos. It helps the renovation to push forward. Literally, without you, the renovation would come to a standstill. And of course, without my friends, without Dave, if I had actual professional contractors in, I would feel more afraid of having them in the house than having Dave, because obviously, yeah, known Dave for years, so it's not a problem. But if it's just general contractors, I'd be quite afraid to do the setup that I'm doing right now, to have this kind of setup. My hand's been forced, of course. Can't really change the way that things have happened, but that's it's all good. You know, life's good, and I can't wait to get back to France soon enough, with time. But for now, we're just cracking on. We're surviving, and we're getting this renovation moving in the right direction. So now you've got the breakdown of the numbers, you know a little bit more about what's going on in the house, and you know what's to come, okay? More insulation, plasterboard, and we're switching up the videos. That's right, the POV videos will be coming to an end eventually, hopefully this month, and then we're going to be switching things up. Super excited for you to see plenty more of the renovation from a different aspect. And that's it. That's all from me. I'm going to love you and leave you. This video has been fun to make. Nice little quick one for you. And thank you so much to Surfshark for sponsoring the video. Remember, you want to get that special deal I mentioned before. Links in description. Don't hesitate. Okay, that's all from me. Bye for now. See you very soon in the next one.